Hi everyone, my name's Lisdalia, aka the Queen of Hearts. Welcome to my channel. Today we are checking out the second trailer for the movie Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. So I've already done a reaction to the first trailer, or I'm going to call it a teaser, because it was very short, and I'll link that up in the cards above. And what I was left with after watching that first one was that they didn't really tell us much. They basically told us enough to let us know that these are the characters that you remember, and yes, they are all back. We're still in the same house. We're still in the same town. It's going to have a very similar vibe, at least the living will have the same sort of vibe, but they didn't show us anything at all about the afterlife. None of the things that I was really concerned about in terms of all that claymation style that they did in that first movie. They didn't show anything like that at all, and I'm really hoping that they rectify that with this particular trailer. I feel like this one is going to be a lot longer. We're going to see a lot more as to give us an idea of storyline, where things are going, maybe giving us a time frame as to how far after the first movie this movie is going to be set. There was a funeral scene, and maybe we'll get some answers as to whether or not the funeral is meant to be for the father or for potentially the husband or partner or whoever that is. Maybe we'll get some answers as to who that funeral is for. But my main primary concern with this trailer is if they do not show claymation in this movie, I am going to be very concerned about this movie as a whole. There was something about that way that they did those effects with the claymation in the first movie that just added to the quirkiness that was the first movie. It was very emo, and it was very, like, it had its own vibe. It was a very Tim Burton movie. And there was just something about the way that they did all those effects for the afterlife and how they made it so, I can't think of another word apart from quirky, that the claymation really lent itself to and had a very distinct aesthetic. And I'm so worried that they're going to try to modernize that for the current audience, and they're going to assume that the current audience is not going to be on board with that kind of style. But I think if they don't keep with that, then it's kind of taking everything that made the original movie unique, that made it different, that made it something other than just a generic, well, it wasn't exactly scary, but like, that made it its thing, the thing that made it different and made it stand out from the crowd. Even though, yes, storyline-wise, there wasn't really exactly anything like it, and there's not really been anything like it to this day, I would say. But there was definitely the whole vibe that they did for anything to do with Beetlejuice doing anything, the afterlife. I remember there was like a scene in like a desert scape, and they had this weird sort of snake looking thing with stripes and all these teeth and stuff. And then we had a scene where like Gina Davis and Alec, I think it was Alec, one of the Baldwin brothers, I can't remember which one it was, and they were trying to do things to make themselves look scary, to scare the family out of the house. And they did this, well, they messed up all their face, and they pulled and had like a giant beak, and then the eyes came through, and that was all like claymation and obviously prosthetics and all that sort of stuff. But I think if they did all of that using CGI, it would be completely different and completely lose that same the look and the feel and the quirkiness, and it would lose all of that. So I am hoping and praying that we find out in this trailer whether or not they've got that. I really, really hope and pray. But we're just gonna dive straight into it. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. It lets me know that you would love me to react to more trailers like this. Consider subscribing if you're not already. We're trying to build our way to 1,000 subscribers, so please do so. It would really help the channel out a lot. And hit that notification bell and select all so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Let's bring up the good old heart rate monitor. For anybody who's new to my channel, I use a heart rate monitor here via my Apple Watch. That way you guys get to see what moments get my heart pumping. Let's bring up the trailer and let's check it out. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Here's a preview. Be warned, it's intense.
I can't believe Grandpa's dead.
That's just hard.
So it's her father.
Yeah, sometimes I think life is harder.
Alright. So we got an answer there.
When I was
that
a
artwork
teenager,
at the front was the
trickster
mother's.
demon terrorized our entire family and tried to force me to marry him. I believed he was gone forever until you found this in the attic.
Ew. Who's Beetlejuice?
Don't ever say that name.
Beetlejuice.
No, Astrid! I am serious!
So she's gonna say just to be a stupid teenager.
Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose. I'm gonna make you so happy.
Alright, so we're seeing afterlife stuff.
The dead.
Ooh.
Can they coexist?
Oh, that little sugar head
That's what
thing!
we're here to find out.
Where is Beetlejuice?
Where's Beetlejuice?
Okay.
Beetlejuice.
Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Really? Is this a figment of your imagination?
Honestly, oh my god, I am so relieved. I am so relieved. I'm so relieved. Oh my god. Okay. I'm so relieved. I still actually can't tell if some of the things were CGI or if it was a mix of claymation and CGI, but it still has the same aesthetic. It still has the same vibe as to what they had then. So maybe it's like a combination of both. But oh my god, it has all the things that I want out of this movie, all the things that I want this movie to be and I want this movie to have, and it has all of it. I am so excited for this. I am so hyped for this. I cannot wait. You absolutely better believe I'm seeing this at the cinema, 100%. Oh my god, this is going to be so good. If you were a fan of the first movie, you absolutely, I think you're going to want to see this one. This looks so good. It looks like it's going to hit all the same vibes. We're going to see more of the afterlife as well. I don't know how they're going to get them there because the living never went to the other side in the first movie, did they? She never went there. She wanted to, but they never went there. So does that mean that they end up dying? in this movie, and that's how they end up all over there? Oh, that'll be interesting. That'll be so interesting. Or does they just find a way to get there? There was a thing about... Oh, no, they had to... The dead had to create a door to go to the thing, but the living never went... Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this movie. I cannot wait to check this out. This was a great trailer. This should have been the first trailer. I would have been on board from the get-go if this had have been the first trailer. Absolutely. Please let me know what you thought about this. Are you as hyped about this movie as I am now? I am so relieved that the aesthetic is still there, that the vibes are all still there. I appreciate everything. I love the fact that they have her, and I'm talking Winona Ryder's character here, in this weird looking red dress, because in the first movie when he was trying to get her to marry him, they had her in this, and then it was a very 80s weird looking red, what was meant to be a bridal gown, and it was so ugly. It was the ugliest looking thing, but it worked for the whole vibe of everything that they were doing. And this is very much like reminiscent of that dress without it being the same dress. So it was like, it's got all the things that they did for it, but absolutely like for a more modern aesthetic, but still keeping that same look, the same vibe, the same aesthetic, the same everything about it. You can see that it's like, it's just a progression of all of that. I'm so relieved. I'm so excited. I can't wait to check this movie out. Please tell me you want to see this movie. Please. I hope this does well. I hope this does so well. Some of these reboots and remakes and redos and very delayed sequels have not fared so well, but I have very high hopes for this one. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let me know you want to see more trailer reactions like this. Consider subscribing if you aren't already. Would really help the channel out, and hit the notification bell and select all so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I know I'm going to after checking that one out. Much love to you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.